No, I think one of the things that you talk about is the question of potential and what two people expect from each other in a relationship, and sometimes that's what goes wrong. I think that went wrong with me. If that answers your question.
Expectations
Sure. And whether the
of you
people
or
are happy.
you had of each other? Or?
Are they happy? To is your character, for example, happy
Right.
in the movie?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think that. No, I don't think that he's. I don't think that his situation is ideal for him. I think that he wishes his wife wanted to make love to him. I think he wishes his wife thought as much of him as she used to. That before, when she saw potential, now she just sees potential that hasn't been capitalized on. And I think so. I think he's suffering from a lot of disappointment, but I think he also has this feels. I think he focuses on all that they what they have and what they've built, and that outweighs the bad.
And the relationship with the little girl.
Yeah.
Which you handled so beautifully. Could you talk about how you got them to work together and that with the little kid
with Faith? Yeah,
Yeah.
We just looked around for a long time to try to find the right little girl. I was never interested in casting an actress, someone that could do the lines. I just wanted to find someone that had a spirit to them, a certain spirit, a certain way about them, and Ryan can tell you like the casting tape that
When he showed me the casting tape, he was like, "Yeah, I found Frankie," and it was just Faith going like this with her pigtails. She could make them swing in different directions, and that was it. Like no dialogue, and she didn't say any lines. He was like, "Right."
Yeah. No,
Gotta
but
be
just
her.
that opening sequence, I love. It starts outdoors, and the little girl is up before everyone else, and she's running around, and then she wakes you up, and you guys are just tumbling over each other and playing. How did you capture all of that? How did you do that?
Faith's cool. We just got along. She's a great kid. I really liked her. It was an interesting moment for me when because I don't always like kids, like they don't ever ask you how you're doing, and they're just like it's all about them, and but I really liked, it's about like what they want all the time, and I'm like a kid myself, I guess, so it's like we kind of clash, but I really liked Faith. She's so unaffected. And she is a real kid. There's nothing like adult about her. And when we did the scene in the school where she had a school play, all these other kids were so professional and adult. Like I swear I saw one like just smoking a cigarette, and, like talking to his agent on his cell phone. And Faith just looked like an alien amongst them. She was just like she was so unself-conscious and she's a really special kid. So I just love her.
The character you play is very sweet and very childlike, and there's that dynamic that occurs in so many marriages where the mom is sort of just the facts, let's get the show on the road, let's get it done, and is sort of realistic, and the dad is like, the husband is like, let's play, let's have fun.
Yeah.
And I think so many marriages go foul with that dynamic, but your character, as sweet and lovely as he is, there's a quality of the two of them being trapped, that she can't escape from something in him that is very angry and very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Would you think that's true?
Yeah, there's. That's how we try to build the film around this idea of it's a duet. It's a duet between a man and a woman. It's a duet between their past and their present, between their like long-term memory and their short-term memory. It's a duet between this fantasy of their courtship and the reality of their life. I think there's, when you're younger, you have these opportunities. You can become anything you want to become when you're younger, and that was the opportunity in the past of the film. Who knows why they met up and why they fell in love with each other? They just did, and they could have became anything together. And I think with her, she imagined they would become. She had ideas for what they would become, and I I
In a
think
way, class differences
Yeah.
got involved here
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But it happened to me when I was 12 years trying to make this film. Um, my wife and I, we had a little baby, Walker. We were hanging out, like eating dinner one night, and my wife all of a sudden, like after 12 years trying to make something, like people start thinking you're delusional. Like you talk about something forever and like it's not happening. You become like like you're a fraud. So my wife looked at me one night at dinner and she looked at me like I was a fraud because everything that I had said I was gonna be, when we were recording and everything, like my dreams of what I could become, I wasn't that. There was this thing that we had like kind of settled into this domestic life, and I think that trap that happens in domestic life of these other things being more important, or just the amount of time and the exhaustion that comes into play. It's like that was the moment that like kind of woke me up again, because like I wanted to still be the person that she fell in love with. I wanted to live up to my potential. Do you know what I mean? And if I could live up to my potential, she could live up to her potential, and we can all go there. And that's how the scene came in the movie, with this idea of potential. But at the same time, this is all bullshit, Like making a movie, all this stuff means nothing. My kids and my family, that's everything. Do you know what I mean? And so
It still must feel pretty good
But
to
that-
be
but
one
that-
of the best movies at Sundance.
it feels great, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But that's what I'm saying. That's where these priorities in our life, come into play. I think Ryan nailed that, in this character.